Ndewo n'Igbo. Asim katata malonyo wona mwa. Iyonye chilinyaze. So I've been meaning to make this video for a while. I want to teach every one of us the proper way how to use these simple items. Okay, these are the items that we Igbos, these were the ancestors used. Yeah, behind the hygiene, Igo-Ofo. They use it for prayers, and each anywhere that you want to see result or whatever. But anyways, this is how and what items they used. So this is a alligator pepper, osoji. This is kola. Now see the difference in Nzunwani. So Nzunwoke you get Obukalibu, then Nzunwani which is striped are red, and this one Kabido. Now for you to start, this one already now, this is a alligator paper, I've already opened it. But if you should get the one that they've not opened, how you're meant to use it now, the right and the proper way for you to use it, you take it to your back. Take your hands to your back, you open it. So let me say you brought out, you just open it, then you can now bring out one. Then you keep it. Now, a single seed of osoji. So what you would say on this thing now is that osoja de jiji fele. Osoja de jiji fele, and owano we potara. Imanje kwani ji fele. You can now use it to, just rub it against your ears, your ear loops, then your mouth, your eyes, your hair, then your hands, then your feet. Then when you're done with it, you can now dispose it where nobody would step on it. Now, when you're done using this osoji to, to clean out your aura, we call it otru, which is negative energy. Use it to cleanse yourself. So when you're done using this osoji to clean your aura, to clean up yourself, the next thing you now do is to use your nzu. Now, when people say that our ancestral belief is all about paganism, I tend to kind of itch at the sound of that. Because no matter where you go to, the first thing they do when they bring out this white chalk is to call on God, which is the Igbo equivalent of Chukokike. The first thing they do is they call on Chukokike and say, Chukokika biama, biama anzu. That's the first thing you say. That's the first entity or divinity you call on. You call God to come and bless this day, which is to come and be with you in spirit and mind. So when you now use this chalk, if you're a man or if you're a woman, I've shown you the different types that you're meant to use. So you now bring out this chalk, you now call on God, say Chukokikabia Mabia Manzu. Or you say Chukokikabia Man, you're calling him on this day. If it is an Eke day, if it's an Ore day, for Mpo. And I said, Chikoki Kabia Matata Boshin Kokana, or the Nastigabia Malonzo. Eke Keloa, Unine Memma, One Kelo, One Mamma the Nine. You get? Onye Kelon Kechim, Onye Kelly Kechim Mad. Onye Kelon Madam and Madame Malay Hogabo. Sichikoki Kabia Nabia Maluguzu. If Nanya were the nose again, Udo were the nose again. You keep on talking about affirmations. You praise God in whichever capacity that you want to call God. You don't tell him to first of all to come and bless this day. So when you're done calling on God, you can now call on your chi. So what I call my chi is Ndi-Igbo, because I checked, I kind of cross-checked with the Igbo calendar, and I was born on a day. And using the Igbo system of, naming system, any day that a person, an individual was born, they kind of associate that market day with that person. That's why you see people answering Mbafo, Mbanko. You get? So I was born on a day, so I call my chi Mbafo, and my reincarnator Wanya Ward. you can, do a simple research on Igbo, do the Igbo system. So I can now call on my chi, say Ndi-Igbo kelu bia maluzu. You get. Now in some cultures they sort of kind of think that the chi concept and the reincarnator concept are two diverse entities. So it depends on how your people practice it, but I guess it works for me. So sometimes I just say Ndi-Igbo kelu mwanya bodo kelu oya the kwano bia no kuno manzu. Okay? So when you're now done calling, now call on your ancestors, which are the first generations. That's if you can do a family genealogy. You can now trace it down to the first generation. You can now call on, oh yeah, if you know their name better. So I can now start with, okay, I don't really know much people, so I already know my grandfather. I said to say Chukumanjo. I say Chukumanjo, then I call my late mom and I call my uncles. And I now tell them that I don't really know all of them. But if I call the mother should call the son, oh yeah, call everybody. And I tell them to come and, maybe I'm manzo. Then if you can actually say Ndi-Mbu na Ndi-Igbo, Ndi-Ichie, Ichie nwoke, Ichie nwaanyị, Ichukwu, Ichie nta, Ụmụada na Ụmụnkwu. You can now call them in that way. If you don't really know their name, you can now say, oh yeah, everybody, oh yeah, come and be with me in spirit. That's the Emanzu part of it. So when you're now done calling them, you should now trace your Igbo lineage. Every Igbo family is associated with a certain kind of allosin or entity, anyone. So if you know their name, you can now call them. If it's a village entity, you can call them. I'm from Anambra State, name. So I will now call Edo, Nnemedo. Now call Ezemewi, Oyaolase, Udo, all of them. Akete, all those ones, the ones that you know, just call them and tell them, oh yeah, come and do this thing, come and be a man. So when you're now done calling them, you now talk about your awu, you now call your awu, you now call your ikenga. That's the strength of your right arm. That's the strength that's whatever. So you now call your ikenga. You will now call your ofo. You will now call everything that is associated with you. So normally I just said Ezume Ezuawu. Now you will now call your Ndi-Mbu. You will now talk about the Dasegeta Nana Mili, Agade Nana Mili, Agapo Nana Mili, Sarafina Nana Mili, Ido Nana Mili. All those things, just call them, because we Igbos, we believe that we coming into this world, we are never alone. You do not just wake up and you just recommend. You have all this collection of entities that sort of come into this world with you. So you now call all of them at first to come and do towards one. So when you are done with this, now for the men, a man can basically, draw lines with this as he's calling him, can be drawing the lines. But as a woman, why now manzo? So what you will do is you can place it on your forehead, on your feet, on your hand, or you can just simply hold it. Now the reason for this now is that a woman, according to what I've heard, because you would get married and you would move to your husband's house. So basically you don't really have any permanent home address. You get that's the Igbo way, but you can always change it. Welcome to the 21st century. Yeah. So when you're done there, for the men also, any man is not allowed to draw more than 4 strokes of white chalk. Yeah, now if you now have your ofago and you can now be drawing more down, for which I think is 5. Then if you're a dibia, you can now exceed it. If you're an and also you get, that's kind of a hierarchy kind of a formation. So when you're done with your unzu, you keep it. You now bring your edo. When you now bring this edo, you will not really go through the process because you've already called them, and at that point you can believe that they're there with you. Now, depending on the kind of interaction you have with them, they can actually make their presence known to you. you can basically feeling like goosebumps all over you. Then you know, like, okay, I don't really think I'm alone here. There are people definitely around me. Some people can relate to this. Some people, well, just believe it in your mind that they are there with you. Now you bring your Edo. Now the most important thing that this Edo does is it's kind of it acts as a mediator. It calms like angry spirits. So if, let me say, a person, let me say, in your family. Now, what this thing does for you now is it calms that angry spirit. So like now for me now, be like I'll say, Nwada, onye ọbụla, ndị egwuregwu, onye ọbụla nna ya ụnụ, iwe na-asị ọnụma, dị n'etiti mụ na ụnụ, ka nna ya ụnụ biko ka iwe nyazekwanụ. You get? And now asking them that they should, be relaxed. Then if I've offended them in any way, and I'm not asking that they should not, vet out their anger on me, but they should just be considerate, because I'm still a child compared to, to them. So that's the reality here that we do with this. Now, the second function of this Edo now is, Edo now means like gold. You get? You now like let this kind of come down to me, and let good things manifest in my life. So when you're done affirming or saying something with this Edo, so as you're using it, you just have to be sprinkling them out, one step at a time. One step at a time. And you're saying, you're just dropping, just see affirmations. Definitely, there is no right or wrong when praying using this Igbo system. There is no right or wrong. Let your spirit lead you. However it is on your mind, voice it out. That's totally the job. That's what we do. You get? Nobody is trying to tell you have to say it in this order. You're just saying things as it is to you, the way it is heavy in your heart. Now when you're done with this, you can now bring out your kola. Now the most important thing about using these items to pray is that you really need to bring in some proverbs. For instance, you can now say onye nna ya zuru oshi n'okwu na-abụkwa ojikwa na azụ eji, which means that you cannot exist without them if they do not lead you. You get? If they do not lead you, you can basically not go on your own. But since they are there, you know that they are there, you're acknowledging that they are there with you, you can, basically overcome anything, any obstacle, no matter how it's just trying to trash you up. So you can use that proverb, and you can now say that, the first time I said, also the DJ fella. Then the second one that you can now use is something like afia, what is it about afia? Na igemi ya nega azuka afia, manema naka afia. When it comes to this, when you go to the marketplace, everybody is up and doing, everybody, no dulling moment, everybody just wants to just go. So as they're just doing that process of go, at the end of when it's like in my place at like around 5-6, everybody's rushing to close the market and go back to their homes. Some don't want to be fined, so everybody's just trying to like move at that moment. So you see, it's going to end abruptly. So you say that Iga-Ofo kafia, my name and kafia. So if you have any proverb, you can basically keep on putting it, because you're talking to, like, when you go on temple Ndi-Igbo, you're not talking about the first generations, and I'm talking about Ndi-Igbo. You don't know which one and which one is there. So these are like very old people that you're calling on. So you need to like affirm them that you're Igbo and you're strongly Igbo. They like that kind of thing when you're like talking to them in proverbs, and when you talk about Igbo elders, one thing that we know Igbo elders for is their ability to use proverbs and use them well. Like I met an Ezemo, and most of them he's talking to me, he's using proverbs. I'll be like, nah, I don't used to understand this thing though. He'll be like, if we're gonna for you people don't know. You get? But in those days, what they used to know an elder, Okenye, is his or her ability to use proverbs and use them well. So let's go back to Oji. So you now first of all tell Chukwokike that he should come and eat this full one. Let you now eat the pieces. You get. So in Igbo spirituality and cosmology, we keep reaffirming the need of God. We keep calling on God because we know that without God and without everything that God stands for, anything that we're trying to do that day is totally rubbish. So we keep calling on God. We keep saying God this, God that, God this, God that. So first of all, call God. So this is a sign of respect and acknowledgement that what we Igbos practice isn't paganism. Because they used to basically wound up the whole thing. But when we make a later video, I will try to explain further what I actually mean by saying that what we Igbos practice is not paganism. So now we start by calling God, start by telling God to come and first of all eat while we eat the small pieces. Then we can now call on those entities that we called initially to come and eat this kola with us. Then when we now keep calling, we can keep on affirming. Then once you're done calling them, you can now pray with this. You can now say something. You can now start making your prayers, your supplications. Okay, do you want progress in life? You can now say, tell them this is my business, this is what I'm doing. And you're now asking them to please come and put their hand. They should come and direct you. They should come and show you the way. They should come and, assist you. If your desire is to grow in wisdom, akonuche, you now call your Agwu, now say Agwu, because what you know Agwu for is an entity or energy that is in charge of your creativity. It gives you inspiration. It makes you to grow in your mental capabilities. So now when I was calling on Agwu, now tell him, okay, see you. You now say, okay, now that every good thing comes from the water. You now call your Ndi-Mbu, they now say, oh yeah, that they should come and help you in your daily endeavors. You keep affirming. Then if you think somebody is trying to kill you, you will not say, he that wants to kill me should kill his or herself. It's not bad jazz. It's not bad jazz. You get? So you now keep saying things the way it is in your heart. You keep saying it. So when you're done saying it, you now break it. So when you now break it and you place them on the floor, some experts, because there is if you use it, you can basically refer to my article on Oji. This kola, it says a lot, and most people don't actually know. But for you that you're just saying your prayers with your kola, you could just break it. Now, okay, so when you can just say your prayers and just pick one and eat. You get, because it's very important that anything you give to your ezumezu, that you partake in it. You partake by eating a little chunk of it. You get. So when you're now done, if you now have a hot drink, you can actually now use the hot drink and now say that manyoku then you now say that anything that is hard in my life, on an eke day, an afo day, an ore day, on what day, and you're dropping this hot drink for them, that they should clear pathway for you so that you reach or you get to your destination. So this is the sequence. I normally use this sequence, but you can totally use whatever sequence that you want to use. You get? You're not talking to a man, you're talking to the spirits, and you're talking to your familiar spirits. So they will definitely understand, and they will definitely just, go with the flow. You get? So one thing that I would tell people is, for you to actually do stuffs like this, you need to be on a very good state. Why did I say it? There are things you need to do. Let me see. If you had sex the previous day, it's important that you first of all beat. Even without beating, before you even without having sex, before you even think of, start praying, Igo-Ofo in Igbo. The first and the most important thing that you need to do is to go and wash your face and brush your teeth. It's just like you wake up in the morning and you want to talk to somebody and your mouth is smelling and you have all these things on the face, when you wake up in the morning you have all these things in your eyes, so it's rude. You need to first of all wash your face and brush your teeth. So I prefer to take my bath, especially if I'm about to go to work or I'm about to do something that day. I prefer to take my bath, but if I'm not going to do anything that day, I brush my teeth and just wash my face and wash my hands. Now, but it's apple or rawabi, forgotten, but it's apple something. You now do it and you now come back and start your Igo-Ofo. But now, if you had sex the previous day, it's important for you to take a bath. Now, you first of all take a bath. You now use your osoji. It's very, very important that you do it. Use your osoji to clean up yourself before you now start calling on your ezumezu. It's very, very important. Now, so guys, I think I'm going to stop here because I'm actually late for work. And if you like this video, I would like you to share and I would like you to subscribe, and I would like you to also comment and invite people. So I promise you that we'll be talking about Igbo spirituality and cosmology, and trying to tell people that what we do in Igbo and spirituality and cosmology is it has nothing to do with magic. It has nothing to do with jazz. It's pure science, and we'll keep exploring and hoping that we Igbos, we wake up from our slumber and we basically try to understand that what our ancestors did weren't devil worship or demon worship. Because if we are being honest, the concept of ekwensu wasn't regarded as the devil. So since the devil or ekwensu is not really the devil in our cosmology, so how is it that we are worshipping the devil? So these are things that calls for us to actually research and to understand. And once we understand these concepts, then basically our life will get easier, and we'll be proud of ourselves, our self-identity, and everything that makes us Igbo. So with that said, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you very much.